fact, why don't we go on ahead and have all the mentees and the mentors go on ahead and come on camera. Harlem, are you there? And then when we jump to another person, go on ahead and hit mute. Harlem, unmute yourself, baby girl.
Okay.
Hey. All right. So for those of you that don't or couldn't tell, this is Tia's baby. This is Tia's baby. And clearly she's following in her footsteps, but she's definitely finding her own voice, and we love to see it. Harlem, what was it like for you being a part of this process? And I mean, you could assume because your mom's a poet that you're into this, but that's not always the case. So what was this like for you?
It was a very good experience. I was able to express myself fully, and I was really glad I got a chance to focus on my writing, and I got to really grow in that as well because I haven't grown.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you had some heat there, young lady, and it was good to see. It was good to see. Can you tell us all how old you are? Just because I think that's a shocker in and of itself. This is highlighting young voices, but can you tell us how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 11.
Honey, didn't y'all think she was a little older than that? Baby girl is 11 years old. All right, out here tearing it up. We look forward to, seeing where this goes for you. Everybody in here had such beautiful, beautiful things they created. Let's go to Madison. Madison, if you can unmute yourself. For you, okay, so initially you have the kind of personality where you're kind of nonchalant, you know what I'm saying? You're just, I don't have a ton of emotion and things like that. And then eventually you ended up bringing it. Can you tell me what place you kind of went through to be able to deliver the way that you delivered the second time?
Well, the first time, it was like an essay. It's like writing an essay. You're not really connected to it. It's like an assignment. So I needed to get within myself to understand that this is a part of me. This is the Black experience. So I did some digging within myself. I changed some things in what I wrote, and then I said it again, and I felt like it was a part of me because I deal with that every day.
Good. Let's pull in some of the mentors. Kyle, you are, your piece, I mean, goodness, who didn't get mad listening to the door? You know what I'm saying? Like, this door was just as offensive as it could be, and it was supposed to be because this door represents bigotry and all this other stuff. And so I think you did a brilliant job at the way you wrote it, but can you talk a little bit about your process and how you kind of got into character and what even made you approach writing in this way from the perspective of the actual segregated door? Can't hear you, brother. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, it was really cool being able to write, and just from the perspective, because I know for the show we're elevating, but I think it's important to have that real voice of opposition, right? That comes in and that has that whole other side of it that will provoke it, right? So you have many voices that are able to articulate it, but it's something about when you get the other side to be able to prick truth out of you, right? To draw it up. So the whole perspective of the door and what I saw as the door perspective is just saying, okay, this door is not just a physical door. This represents everything standing in front of you to be able to elevate. You don't get through this door, you don't elevate, right? Your process is to get through this door. And what does this door look like? It's not nice to you. There's nothing nice about it. There's nothing, anything. This has some harsh history just here in America, let alone everywhere else. So that's the perspective that I wanted to bring out and not shy away from it, right? Because, they're not candy coating it. This is real history, real stuff. People have died, blood has been shed, and there is a continual different pieces of oppression everywhere, right? And while we're scaling and while we're still growing, it's important to address it and really articulate the inside voice of that thing, right? So that was a perspective and exposure, right? You have to expose it so you can deal with it. So that was the whole perspective. And then I know when Aaron did his part with the keys, it was really to provoke the keys because he's an educated brother and he can articulate the return fire to that, right? And speak to those elements so that we get a full perspective and that we can elevate. You need all the information to elevate. You have one piece to the puzzle, you don't elevate without the whole thing. So Yeah, that's where it is. That's where it came from.
That's good. Before I go to another one of the mentors, Miss Mona, I see you in the building. I wanna talk to you, Miss Mona. Miss Mona let us know she was. First of all, this is poetry royalty in the building. So first Black female poet laureate. I want to know what your response is to what you saw. Like, what are you feeling now that you've seen what these young people have created in your craft?
I am so excited about what I saw tonight. It's just heartwarming to know that folks are elevating and that young voices are here to take part in the kind of history that we're making here in Seattle and making contributions and being so aware about what's going on. I mean, it gives us seniors pause and cause to just celebrate. And I want to thank you all for being interested in this craft, for using your voices to tell these stories. You are magnificent. And we seniors applaud you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Mona. That matters to us. Part of the goal of Elevate is that if we are serious about elevating, we need to know who's done it before us. It's very important to make sure wisdom is always feels welcome in the space. You know, wisdom always feels welcome.
Thank you.
So yes, it's important. I don't know how we plan on elevating without elders and people who have really given us opportunities we don't even know we have because of you. And so we honor that, and we really appreciate you being here. Kyle, you said something about needing all the information in order to elevate. I want to pull in Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie has been our Elevate historian. And Miss Stephanie, I hope when you saw this, you were like, woo, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing how you kind of helped us weave this along. This process has been very interesting, but everything you shared really helped us know where to go and what to put where, and help us kind of troubleshoot in this process. Share a little bit about how you feel now that you've seen this entire thing.
Well, first of all, I am like speechless in this room of these amazing voices, right? I need to just sit back and just like go for the ride. You know, this is beautiful. I mean, young people, I mean, speaking from your gut, I mean, this is testimony, right? As a form of action. And when you look for your purpose, look to your history. And so I hear that in you. Wow. And so please, you know, break down that door. And mentors, that piece right there about the door and the more, I mean, I was just sitting here like with my mouth open, like, whoa, this is it. You know, this piece is just so beautiful and means so much. And I too took that walk, you know, up those steps and stood in that balcony, and, you know, I had tears. And so thank you so much for your interpretation tonight. It was just absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
And Miss Stephanie, thank you for just giving us the information and the work that you're continuing to do. Honestly, you're a superhero. And I'm not trying to, you know, throw out corny words or anything like that, but the information on this bit of history was very difficult to find. And so what you are doing, it's huge. And I really hope to see this begin to be a part of regular Seattle Public School curriculum. And I think that is being worked on, advocated for, because it's needed. Before we shift, let's go to, I haven't heard from Rama. Rama, are you able to tap on?
Yes, my camera's not working, but my mic is.
Okay, that's okay. Let's hear from you. So, it's like you had some lines in your piece, and I think something that stood out to me the most is you don't need to see my blood to know that I'm no different from you. I think sometimes there are some very cliche things that are said. I mean, if you cut us all open, we all bleed the same cut. Why do I need to bleed to prove that? Can you share a little bit about what it's been like for you participating in Elevate?
It has been, and I always say this to anybody that asks me, the most exciting experience that I've had with writing and filming and everything. It was just a really great environment that I was in, and just the writing process with Aaron and everyone else in my group. It was really fun. It was really comfortable, and I felt really safe.
Oh,
And
good.
filming of it was just, it was outstanding. I was telling somebody the other day that it's like, this is like nothing I've ever done before.
Mm,
I'm always writing and filming, but this was like another level.
that's, I love hearing that. Manny, what about you? Let's hear from you.
I agree with Ram. It was definitely a great experience, especially to come together like as a group and like, you know, people who can relate to your struggles and issues about being Black and just being colored in general. And it's nice and it's very powerful as well to just hear other people's point of views.
Beautiful. Gianni, you've actually done a lot of performances throughout the city. You know, you've been involved. You're a lyricist. You know, you've been involved in teen summer musical and things like that. How different was Elevate from some of the stuff you've done before?
I liked, you know, I liked the purpose and the direction that, you know, Elevate was going. I really liked how it all came together in the end, you know. Do like watching yourself, you know, do takes over and over again. You know, you think you have an idea of what it's going to be like until you actually see it. And it was really dope because this is the first time, you know, you know, saw all of the other acts, and I was
Right.
really impressed by the whole thing. It was super dope.
Dope. Estrella, same question for you, because you're not new to the stage or anything like that, but what was this process like? What were you able to take away? I know you're encouraged to work on character as an artist and things like that. What did you glean from this process that might have been different from maybe a Dance This or a Hot Chocolate Nutcracker?
What I found was different is that it's very different when you with words and dance. So you gotta be yourself. You gotta put your emotions into your words. You can't just read off a script. You really have to feel it and be in the moment. And that's one big thing that I took away from it. And the more I read it and the more I did it, the more I felt it, and the more I felt that.
That's good. JC, what about you? Now, before JC talks, I just want to say, JC had her violin and she was so concerned that only one string was tuned and I think something was broken. Is that right, JC? JC
Yes.
on violin? Okay. This young lady was so nervous about playing the broken strings. She played the broken strings and there was nothing else to do after that. She provided a sound that to me communicated what this community is feeling. It's what Black people feel. Still producing a sound on broken strings. I can't explain that moment, but that sound that she was still able to produce said everything. It might have messed it up if all her strings were all together. JC, can you talk a little bit about your experience being involved? I know this isn't your lane, but I'm proud of you that you spoke up. Let's hear from you.
I was nervous because I don't really like do stuff like this. I just like, you know, play like basketball and like my violin. And it was hard to like, when I talk, I don't really use like a lot of emotion. So trying to put it into the piece, it was hard. And I was like nervous the whole time knowing that we had like 2 weeks before, I was so nervous. And then my violin in the car, because it had like broke, I think, because like something hit it. I'm not sure, because every day of the week I was checking it. When I had like got back from Mississippi, all that, I was checking my violin, going over my stuff. And I was just nervous. And then it just broke on me. I was like, man, you're supposed to like, you know, be my little friend.
It's all good, girl. It's like that quote, broken crayon still color. That's what you did, period. That's what you did. We're proud of you. Jasmine, what's up, girl? What's going on? Let's get you unmuted.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yep, we can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How did you like it? What are you thinking? What's you feeling?
Before I say anything, just note that my siblings can be a little loud. But first of all, I don't like it. I love it. I loved it.
Oh my God.
I loved it. I cannot lie about that. I have to be completely honest. I loved it. I did not like it. I loved it because I heard so much soul, so much passion, so much emotion, and it just really shook the whole atmosphere, and it really like had me thinking about a couple of things. And when Kaya was speaking from, you know, a white person's perspective on things that Black people do, I was like, I was both mad and I was both thinking, like, I didn't know how to feel about that. I was getting mixed emotions right then and there. And it's just like everyone, like, their performance kept on getting better and better and better. I'm like, okay, I see a constant pattern. I see y'all building each other up. I see your magic. I see your thunder. I see your passion. I love it. And I love it because we don't see that often. We don't see that often. We see violence and, you know, just putting each other down, but we uplifted each other in this moment, in these videos. And that's what I really loved about it.
That's good. Nice shade, girl. What's up?
What's up?
Hey, girl. now you see, Nice shade. To me, you've been a firecracker that's kind of been maybe a little hidden for a time, but you've always worked really hard to me, and I see you getting more of a spotlight. How important is it to you? We asked this during the interviews. How important is it to you now to not only have a voice in a program like this, but to continue to speak? How important is that to you?
Yeah, that is so important to me because what we say now is going to affect our future. What we think now, what we do now is going to affect how things are when we get older, because, you know, a lot of the adults have been out here marching and doing these things, but so have the youth, so have us. You know, we've been out here, you see the pictures, we're with them just doing the same thing, fighting for the same thing. So having you come in here doing the same things as the adults is just revolutionary, and I loved it.
Okay, dope. I love that. Let's pop back from the mentee to the mentor. Tia, what's goody?
What up? What up?
What up? What up? What up? Tia, you saw your baby?
I did. I saw all my babies, though. I just was so proud. I was so proud.
I love that. Tia, talk a little bit about why you chose to structure their piece like that.
You know, it's always been a desire of mine to be a teaching artist. You know, I was an educator for some time. I'm a principal now, and I always wanted to structure a group piece and to see people take different perspectives. People say, did you write their piece? I said, absolutely not. I didn't write their piece. They wrote their pieces. They choreographed it. I was just a coach who helped facilitate. And so it was just exciting to have the chance to really lean in and watch them blossom and grow and really do their thing. And so hats off to Estrella, Maya, Deasia, and Nishay. I mean, you know, we spent a lot of time and we worked on that piece. We refined that piece, and that was Black Girl Magic. That was their Black Girl Magic, you know, and I was just a proud mama in so many ways. You know, Harlem's my biological baby. And so that spoken word lives in her blood. But it was just a beautiful thing to work with some babies that are not biologically mine, but are mine just through love. And I just, I just thank God for that experience.
I love that. I love that. I just got noticed that Mr. Northcroft, are you in the audience anywhere? And then after Mr. Northcroft, we're going to get you, Maya. Don't worry, I ain't forgot you. Mr. Northcroft, are you here? Okay, let's go to Maya. Maya, for you, First of all, I really think you have a dope talking voice.
Hello? Hello?
Northcroft.
Yes,
I'm coming back to
sorry,
you.
I didn't unmute fast enough.
That's all right. Mr. Northcroft, you have my favorite section in there. You just talked about art and passion. I love talking to you.
You guys knocked it out of the park. I am so excited about the fact that the Seattle Theater Group said, let's get together some Black folks who are young and step out of the way and let them do their thing. We always had faith and confidence that you would deliver the way you delivered. You had me choked up. You had me crying. You covered history, and you did more than that. And when I look at all these young Black faces and the truth that you're telling, and you gave both sides of the story. You encouraged and you lifted up Black folks, but you also went after Black folks who you thought was maybe not doing everything they need to be doing to start doing it. And you spoke truth to what the history of this country has been. So I'm not going to talk anymore because I just want to listen to y'all. And man, you have made my day. God bless you. And I can tell you, we're going to be doing more things at the Seattle Theater Group. You asked about, it's going to happen, all right? God bless every one of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Northcroft. I just love that man talks straight from his heart, and I love it. Maya, your talking voice. I'm an MC, okay? And every time they would say, Black Girl Magic is, you'd be like, the Harlem Renaissance. You come in all smooth with this talking tone. I want to encourage you to continue to use that tone. I was like, what does she do? You know, what does she do? Have you done spoken word before? Or do you write music? What are we working with here? Because there's something there.
Yeah, I have not done spoken word before. Well, actually now I have. I hadn't done spoken word before, but I am a songwriter. I love writing songs, but it was more of, grandparents, mom, sister. It wasn't something that I actually shared. So it was really cool to write spoken word and then actually share it and have a meaning for it.
That's good. And you, have you done anything before, or is this like the first kind of project like this? Have you done anything in theater or performed your music before? Or like you said, is this kind of fresh?
I've done a lot of theater. I did the Teen Summer Musical 2 years ago. I did I did Annie with the Fifth Avenue Theater. I've done Broadway Bound. I've done a lot of things around, but it's not something quite like Elevate.
All right, we love it. Aaron, brother, we haven't heard from you. Let's hear from you. What's the word?
I'm just so excited and happy for this project. The young folks just touch my heart, just to see them be able to tap into their emotions, tap into the truth, their realities, their experiences, and to be able to speak them confidently and just speak them the way they did. It's just powerful to see, our young folks in our community just come together.
Dope. And Nakia, you've worked with a lot of some of these young people in different capacities. Can you tell us a little bit about your, I don't know, like how it was for you working with your young people and what the route you chose to go to pull out their writing?
Yeah, first of all, it was so dope, and shout out to all the young people on here. Like, I was watching this, like, dang, it's crazy. And I would say, like, just thank you, because this is a week of my cousin Charlena's Lau's 4th year death anniversary. So I think this is something that gave me hope, something to look up to. And just our group, what I loved about it was we created like a family-like atmosphere. I think a lot of times when it comes to writing or even being a student athlete, it's very competitive. And so what I love about our group is initially what we did was we started like, we're family, we're sisters, we're brothers. And it was just dope. I think my group really encouraged me coming in every week just with just being real, being authentic, being exactly who they are. And I just appreciate this opportunity. So thank you, Shakia and STG, the mentors. It's crazy. I gotta turn off this background because it's making my Okay, cool. So the mentors, yo, that was crazy. That's crazy. Everybody's from Seattle. And like I grew up in church, you know, so I felt like I was in church. I felt like I was in the community. I felt like it was everything. And then the young people just really set the stage. So I just feel honored. Rachel, you killed that. Thank you so much for your eye and for your talent. But I mean, it was just an amazing experience. And I feel really grateful and honored to be a part. So just thank you, everybody. And thank you, Shakia, the artistic director.
Man, this is so, so cool. Just to put it out there, anyone tuning into the community conversation, you can go on ahead and put any questions that you may have into the chat, and Danae will go on ahead and read those questions, and we'll see if we can't get them answered. If not, it's all good. Rachel, let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. Now, this almost, girl, just talk about it, because editing is something else. Go on and share, girl.
It was a process. It was really a lot of work. Trying to line up people's audio to what they said, because it might have been different when we shot it, but when we recorded it was different then. So having to line that up and all that. But yeah, I don't
What's your take on how it turned out? I mean, what's your take on the pieces? How was it hearing that?
All of the pieces, literally, I know every piece by heart now from editing all of this. It's crazy, but I love everything that everyone put into this. Like I had a fun time throughout this process. It was hard, you know, I shed a little tears here and there because it was a lot of work, but it was worth it. I love the outcome of everything.
Okay. Miss Danae, we got one question in the oh, hey, Miss Vicky. Shout out to Miss Vicky Lee in the building. And then I also saw Miss Jasmine from Langston. I want to make sure I shout her out anytime I see her, because she is actively supporting this program over at Langston. So Miss Vicky Lee, we love you. Miss Jasmine Scott over at Langston, we love you. We appreciate you being here. Danae, you want to take the question? The question is, what drives you guys to speak up? Let's give this to Emmanuel. The question is, what drives you all to speak up?
Uh-oh. Wait, can you guys see me still?
We can see you and we can hear you.
Something just went wrong. I can't see anything.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all right.
I'm sorry. What's the question?
The question is, what drives you all to speak up?
Well, for me, I know what drives me to speak up is, like, I know it's important, like, for your voice to be heard. And you, like, by speaking up too, you also encourage other people to speak up. So that's one major thing for me, in my opinion, because I encourage more kids that look like me to speak up on, you know, certain topics.
Dope. Anyone else want to respond to that before we go on to the next question? And also, while we're waiting, matter of fact, I'll call somebody, but before we miss out, Miss Shawn Roberts over Ailey Camp was part of the brainstorming around creating this project. Miss Shawn, can we please hear from you?
Hey,
Hey,
my
Miss
goodness,
Shawn.
this blew me away in so many ways. Seeing our kids, seeing the youth, just, you know, it allowed them a platform to bring forth even more of their gifts and talents, to develop them even more. And, you know, many of the youth were in and went through Ailey Camp. And so just seeing them blossom so beautifully is, it's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. So thank you. And Shakia, artistic director, Shakia. Now that's your title. This project needed to happen. It needed to happen. I think about how many decades that door and the story of the door has been silent, and this has put it out, and the truth is put out on the table, and we get to stand on the shoulders of this and keep going. And so just thank you to the mentors, to our amazing, wise elders in our community. Miss Stephanie, I am so glad you said yes to this. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Shawn. Thank you to everyone here. Doggone it. I missed my thought that fast. There's no more questions. Gosh, I hate that. Oh yeah. Fun fact, Miss Shawn had everything to do with me being in the nosebleeds. I was not supposed to be in that piece initially, but at Miss Shawn's suggestion, and Shakia should be at this section, that's the only reason I was even involved in that piece. That was supposed to be strictly the mentors. So Miss Shawn, thank you for everything you've done to support and contribute to this. I'm gonna pass this over back to Danae, but it's been an honor working with every last one of you. Thank you so much for your hard work. I really, really appreciate you. This means everything to me. And I hope that this serves as a template for much more to come. I believe it will. I believe it does. So Danae, go on ahead and take us home.
Real quickly, Shakia, can you announce anything that the people should be looking out for in the future regarding Elevate?
Honestly, at this moment, okay. At this moment, Elevate will be in person next year. And so we're excited. Check out the website. There'll be some extras there, some full interviews. There's a lot that we had. We had hours worth of footage. We had to cram it down into 58 minutes. And so there's some extras that you'll see, some extras that you'll find. Anderson! Hi! Anderson needs to be a whole character. So anyway, yes, so it will be in person next year. So be on the lookout, stay on the website, get the full interviews from all of our elders, our community elders, get the full interviews from the young people and the artists, the mentors as well. Am I missing anything else, Miss Danae or Marisol?
I think you're good.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I'm very, very proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. This will live on YouTube from here on out. So anyone you want to share this with, anyone you want to copy, and go to the link. It's on STG's YouTube, on STG's website, on the Elevate page. You can play this over and over and over again, but you all should be so, so proud of yourselves. You did a great job. Thank you so, so much. Is that it? Are we closing out?
Yes, I will close it out. Thank you very much, Miss Shakia, our fantastic artistic director. And just wanted to let Anderson Williams get a shout out. If you can kind of see him, he had his 8th grade promotion that he just got done with. So there you have that. That's why he was missing in action. Just wave to the people. Okay, so anyway, thank you everyone for participating in STG's Elevate. We truly appreciate you. Before we let you go, we have to say thank you to our fantastic community partners, Atlantic Street Center, Black Heritage Society, Teen Summer Musical, Langston, the Seattle chapter of, oh my gosh. Am I still going? Okay. The Seattle chapter of the NAACP, Northwest Tap Connection, 100 Black Parents, Northwest African American Museum, Converge Media. They have a great motto. It said it's changing the narrative. And that's exactly what we need to do. Be sure to get engaged. You have to shake things up. You have to make sure that we are dismantling these systems, the biases and the inequities. They have to go. And that is how you change the narrative. You have to make sure that what has been is no longer, unless it is positive, of course. We also want to thank you, send out a big thank you to our corporate sponsors, our generous corporate sponsors. Program is not possible without funders like you. That's Starbucks, that's Amazon, and that's Boeing. And they stepped up, and we really, truly appreciate them. Listen, you give money to programs, and it is also okay for you to then go and see what the project looks like. Not because you need to hover, not because you want to micromanage, but check out the process, because I promise you, it's going to touch your heart. You're going to leave there and you're going to go tell your board, your coworkers, your family and friends, and hopefully that ripple will be an effect to other people. It will also get other people feeling like they need to get involved as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you to our supporters, all of our viewers, all of our mentors, our historian, all of our elders. Thank you, Josh LaBelle. We appreciate you, our executive producer from STG. Marisol Sanchez, best boss lady. Turn on your camera, please. Again, we just so appreciate you believing in this project. And of course, the youth. Give it up for the youth. You guys are awesome, and we truly appreciate you. STG, thanks you. So without further ado, we will let you go and watch online and tell your friends, and we'll see you next year in person.